welcome to the first one.
The Punch Me In podcast.
Yes, we
Wow.
took a while to find the perfect name, right?
Yeah, and is it perfect?
It probably isn't, but I like it. It's obviously has to do with the punching in
Yeah,
people.
recording.
When you
Yeah,
record
of course,
people.
yeah.
It's fun. It sounds fun.
Yeah, it is good. It's the right name for now. And
Well,
my name is
yeah,
Mindr.
Tell us who you are.
I work as an artist, independent artist, and songwriter, producer. I teach, so I do different kind of things and play guitar. Do a little keyboard, not as good as you, of course, but I know.
You play keys.
I know the difference between the white keys and the black keys. White keys, I prefer the white keys. It's easier.
A minor.
Yeah, exactly. All my tracks are in C.
Exactly.
Of course, there is a very famous composer, songwriter, Irving Berlin. Maybe you know him.
No.
He wrote maybe 1,000 tunes, and
Oh wow.
I don't know how many hits, and he could only write in C.
Oh really?
Yeah, he wrote every day. He wrote a tune every day, and he wrote all the tunes in C.
Wow. Yeah, you can do amazing things in C major.
Yeah.
Actually, there's this. Not to get off track here.
Yeah,
But
well, we're already off
yes,
track.
but it's fine.
Yeah.
There's this keyboard player, Jesus Molina, which is an amazing, one of the best players in the world. Probably
Right.
he's just like Berkeley music, crazy jazz, and he has this tutorial about just improvising in C major.
Yeah.
And it's what he gets out of this skill is just amazing. So there's nothing wrong with using one skill as long as you stay creative with it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, C major, keyboards. I'm a singer. I love to sing. Melody.
You do a lot of different stuff.
Yes.
Teaching, singing,
Yeah,
playing,
I do a lot of different
producing.
stuff. And it's all good. I live in Amsterdam. We are right now in Amsterdam, of
Yep.
course. And was born in Amsterdam, raised in Amsterdam. So I'm kind of an Amsterdam.
Real Amsterdam.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. So, well, that's a bit about me.
I'll tell you a bit about me. My
Yeah,
name is Sebastian
Introduce.
Kamai. I'm 23 years old. I'm also a producer.
Yeah.
Audio engineer, I would
Yeah.
say. And also an artist. I would say I'm developing to be more of an artist than just a producer. I also have been playing keys since I was like 8 years old. So that's my main instrument. I remember I wanted to study keys first, become a pianist. And then I found out about producing through playing through bands. I was like, whoa, this is even more awesome and it's like way wider, obviously. So you can do a lot more with it. I live in Rotterdam since October, so not that long. Not a real Rotterdammer. I was born in Goes. Kloetingen actually, which is next to Goes in Zeeland, which is the south of the Netherlands. And we met each other. That I was studying a bachelor called Media Music on Artes, and he was my teacher songwriting for 4 years. So,
Yeah.
And that's how we met each other. We never thought in the first year that we would be doing this podcast.
No, never. No.
So it's really fun to actually stay in touch after the study. I've been graduated for 3 years now and doing like full-time music production. I own my own business.
Yeah.
Doing different things, starting this podcast, starting labels, working with a lot of different artists internationally. So that's a little bit about me.
Yeah. And can you tell a little bit about your inspiration?
Yeah.
Musically, I mean.
I think the bass, like what I started listening when I was young was obviously you start listening to the stuff your parents are listening to mostly, which is kind of like my dad, for example, likes Queen and those kind of like band stuff mostly, and also started by playing in bands. So it was more like pop, rock, indie kind of stuff. But I remember my first CD ever that I bought was with my mom, and we were in a clothing store, and I think the music was playing Rampanere from Ali B.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is dope. I was 12 or something.
It's a Dutch hip hop.
Yes,
for all your international
It's a Dutch
guys.
rapper called Ali B, a legend, and my mom was like, do you want to get the CD? And I was like, yeah. And it's called De Leven van de Straat, which is like the life of the streets. So I was like, it's super funny because the Netherlands obviously isn't that gangster. But
well, there are...
there's some, like, he was obviously from Amsterdam too.
Yeah,
and he's like,
there are some pretty wild places here in Amsterdam.
It was, my first CD was a hip-hop CD. And
okay.
I think I started listening hip-hop from like age of 10, 12. Wow. Because before that, my parents weren't into hip-hop. My brother wasn't into hip-hop. So I had to find hip-hop on my own through my friends and stuff from school. So band music, hip-hop music. And then I kind of like started developing more of my own taste in music since when I got a little older, and which became more and more hip-hop, R&B, soul, jazz. Like, actually, the first time I listened to jazz, I was like, what is this shit? It sounds like detuned chords and stuff. And now I'm really into it. So that's funny. Inspirations. One of my biggest inspirations right now are producers like Kiefer, Quickly, Rick Rubin, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar. It's hard to name them off the bat, right?
Well, yeah, you already have...
These are some greats, you know?
Yeah,
These are some greats. What about you?
Walking
if you just have to name like 5 or something. Like
producers.
Not per se, just artists or producers. Just some people you're like, what? These are like gods to me.
I would definitely say Donny Hathaway. Donny Hathaway is for me like incredible.
Actually, don't know her that well.
No,
I would have to dive into it.
It's a he.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Donny Hathaway.
Oh, no, this is a L.
Yeah, it's
shit.
Yeah, okay.
And we got a little bit of a generation gap here.
I don't
Which
know.
is fun, actually. I like, because I'm putting you onto new stuff and vice versa.
Yeah. Well,
but continue.
I'm not sure if it's a generation gap. I mean, nobody can know all music that's ever been released.
True.
I mean, it's got nothing to do with, well, in my opinion, it's got nothing to do with age. It's just like, how can one person know all?
Yeah, it's impossible.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
So my biggest inspirations are it's like jazz and blues. I like you. The records that my parents played at home were really records, vinyl.
Oh yeah, cool.
My first ever bought the thing I bought from my own pocket money record, vinyl.
Which one was it?
Chuck Berry.
Oh.
I'm a guitar player, and you know the
that's blues, right? Like
no, it's rock and roll.
Oh,
Chuck Berry is like the founder, one of the founding fathers of rock and roll as we know it.
Oh.
Great,
awesome.
And like he did stuff on the guitar that people now are, you know, we're standing on the shoulders of giants, and he is one of the guitar giants. Yeah. All the blues, say rock and roll licks are.
Yeah.
Like 70-80% from him. So, yeah, and the Beatles. So it was jazz, blues, black music, and Beatles.
Awesome.
My mom used to listen to the Beatles. So
my parents actually like them too.
Yeah.
Who doesn't, right?
Well, yeah. Well, there's a lot of things. So that's and then later on, I started to develop my own taste and definitely. The soul singers. I'm a big. I love to sing. And the singers are definitely very inspirational. Have been very inspirational to me.
So how old were you when you bought this first vinyl? Do you think like around?
I think 12, 13,
yeah,
something like
young.
that. Yeah.
Cool.
Pocket money.
Yeah, exactly. Had to save a little bit and then get this first record.
I was very into exploring everything. So I listened to the record of my parents, and then turned it around, on the sleeve, and looked it up. Who wrote this song?
Oh, yeah.
And then I would go to the library. Back then, you had libraries where you could borrow or lend records.
And go search for that name again.
Search for that name,
That's
and
awesome.
then go home and and I still do that. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
Just look it up and find out who was the inspiration for my inspiration.
Oh yeah, that's a good one to do, because then you get to other genres and stuff as well,
Right.
which can be a great inspiration.
Yeah,
Can be
right.
great for sampling
Right.
music and all those.
Exactly
kind of things.
that. Exactly that.
Yeah.
So I never listen to my favorites. I always try to go back. What is the favorite of, and then you discover amazing stories
Yes.
about the artist and whatever. So
That's what's so easy nowadays. You can literally, like most artists on Spotify, for example, or Apple Music, have like their own playlist on their pin. as
Yeah,
well, like
that's
we
great,
do.
yeah.
And then, for example, you go to this really an artist that you really like for example, for me, Saba, and just go to them and like see what does he listen to, and then you can just dive into that. Really easily nowadays.
Yeah, it's
like you
easy.
had to at first go
Yeah.
to the library
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like do all these
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Now it's literally just
it's easy.
go
yeah.
to the internet, boom, boom, find
But
it.
some of the magic has lost. I mean,
Oh yeah, true. Now obviously there's downs and ups to
Yeah.
it. Yes.
especially if you go to the record stores, like really vinyl, going through vinyl.
Yeah, digging.
Digging.
Great digging.
You're right. Good.
Yeah, still love that.
I do. I love that. I mean,
I always
but that's
try to
what we
go,
did. That was the only way that we could at back then.
I always try to go to vinyl stores and do a little bit of that, and then maybe buy some stuff you don't know and try to like listen to it or sample it. Or
Take a bit of a
Yeah.
risk, see what happens.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
awesome, especially when you're on vacation or traveling to a different. For example, when I was in Chicago, it's like gotta go to the record stores and see what's up there, because you obviously have been to the record stores here, but it's different, It's really cool. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about after me graduating and like at Artes, we kind of didn't talk too much because we were both doing our own thing. And now we're suddenly like really in touch again and doing this podcast. And
Well, we did do that.
we did stay in
project.
touch, obviously.
Yeah, and we did.
Oh, yeah.
We did do the project with your band. Back then,
Right.
you
Oh, yeah,
were
that's
playing
true.
in a band, and we did something
Lyrics.
lyric writing. Yeah,
I remember
stuff, yeah.
telling the singer of the band I was playing,
Yeah.
like, hey, you should go and see
Yeah.
Jaap
Yeah.
to check out the lyrics and
Right.
songwriting with him.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't there, obviously, but it was...
No, but it was kind of a band
Yep.
project, and it was
Yeah.
the connection was through you. So yeah, that
was
then
cool. That's a couple years
and
ago.
after that, how did we get in touch? I don't know.
It just happened naturally.
No, I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
We were gonna do a
The
track
project,
with a with a
singer.
female vocalist.
Yeah, which in the end didn't really happen, but
No.
that's actually fine because it brought
us together.
to do this stuff.
Yeah.
And
And then something magical happens. This is why we do the podcast. Whenever we start talking,
oh yeah,
whenever we start talking,
we
We
can't
go
stop.
well, that's basically it.
Yeah, we were doing these video calls.
Oh yeah.
And every like through Skype, and
Yeah.
it was like every time after 2 hours we were like, oh shit, we're
Yeah. Pre-pandemic
So,
video
yeah.
calls, huh? I mean,
Yep, and then we're just like, oh, let's do this again in 2 weeks
Yeah.
because we're both
Yeah.
learning each other a
Yeah.
lot,
Yeah.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Every time we would end the video call with a smile. I
yeah,
think. It's just
yeah, that
positive
was
thing.
that was basically it. Yeah, that's
and then it was
true.
like we already have these really interesting
Yeah.
conversations.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
might as well go start recording them. And we're obviously both working on our branding as artists, and I think this is a great way to connect with your audience.
Of
to
course,
show
that
your
as
face,
well.
show
Yeah.
your voice,
Yeah, right.
show what you think about stuff.
Yeah,
like
right.
literally talk about
Yeah.
what's going on in our minds.
And also the content of this podcast is a reflection of our talks back then,
Yeah.
because they were kind of all over the place.
That was even
We
a
would-
name we considered
All over
for
the
the
place?
yeah, all
Yeah,
over
well,
or something like it.
Yeah, I still love it.
Yeah, it's dope.
It's what we do.
Yeah.
We talk all over the place. So
Yeah.
the content will be.
Which brings us to what are we like? What's the plan for this podcast?
Yeah.
What do we
Yeah.
want to talk about?
Yeah.
I think because it's obviously we're both artists and we do music, not even just as a job, but we just do music. We just live music. You know, that's our life. Music is just intertwined with our lives. So it's obviously that we're gonna talk about music, but I think our conversations went way beyond just music. So it's like in this podcast, I think you can expect obviously talking about music, music industry, business, entrepreneurship, health, physical, mental, workflow.
Yeah, workflow.
History of music too. I think
History,
it's really interesting. Where are these things coming from? And I think you know a lot about the history. I obviously know more maybe about recent stuff, but that's fine. Then we want to also invite guests.
Guest producers, guest artists. Right.
I'm really looking forward to that. Actually, it's gonna be awesome to interview, kind of like an interview style, more like a conversational style, I think. But it's gonna be questions, obviously, and see what they think about certain.
Very
stuff.
interesting. Very interesting stuff. And luckily for us, especially in the music scene, Amsterdam, Rotterdam, you have the two main cities in Holland.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of producers, artists, songwriters living here, so it's easy.
Yeah, there's plenty of producers and artists we know that we can have a good conversation with. And then also, I think internationally we can maybe do some through video call sometime.
Right, let's
because
do
it's
that.
obviously we don't want to forget about the whole network we have outside of the Netherlands.
True.
It's still a small country, obviously.
True that. Yeah, sure.
What else?
What do you say? Why don't we introduce ourselves by using a track or a piece of a track that we wrote, favorite track, whatever, and then we can maybe share with our listeners how this track came
to existence, and maybe also why you choose this particular one.
Something so just as an introduction of ourselves. And
that sounds good. Maybe just play like a 30-second snippet of both the tracks we chose, and then we'll talk about it after each one.
Here we go.
Okay, first yours.
Good.
Okay, cool. Maybe tell the people what's the name of the track.
Okay, I wrote a track called Sundown, and this you're going to be hearing 30 seconds of Sundown. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
go.
Put it on.
But I think we just go on.
Yeah, let's just keep on talking.
This is the first time some technical difficulties are supposed to be here. Who knows? Yes. Why did you choose this track?
It's that last vocal piece that really does it for me. It takes me back to the vocalist I used to listen to. I have a preference for the falsettos. Mm-hmm. I love the falsetto voice. I sing a lot falsetto, mm-hmm. And this takes me back to the falsetto voices of the past, like what's it? I can't remember the names right now. But Delphonics. Do you know the Delphonics?
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful falsetto voice. Then there's of course Curtis Mayfield, beautiful falsetto voice. Then there's the 80s, which I really like, a beautiful falsetto voice. And I like the combination soulful vocals, falsetto, with a beat, with a relaxing, chill beat. You know, soulful. That's kind of does it for me.
It's cool how you combine those.
Yeah, I love that fusion kind of stuff too. I'm not really a hardcore hip hop thing. I love the soul vibe of it, and really, I'm really inspired by those kind of fusion kind of focus. So that's why I choose this one.
Yeah, you obviously didn't even start the Mindr project that long ago.
No,
that's kind of like you've been doing so many different kinds of styles of music, and now this is something that also blends stuff together.
Yeah.
But it's more so an instrumental, chill, beats kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more stripped down version. I used to be more of a songwriter. I still am a songwriter. I write songs for other artists. I've done stuff for Sherma Rouse. I've done for Dutch artists. And thinking in song structures. I mean, I've seen a documentary about Dr. Dre who thought I don't want to work with producers. I want to work with songwriters because they think in song structures. And this is something I've been doing all my life. Maybe it's the Beatles. I don't know.
Yeah, could be.
Now I just let that a little bit go with this new project, and but still there's this soulfulness, jazz and stuff that I really
obviously in beats and instrumental music you have less of a song structure, but there's still arrangement in there, and it's maybe obviously because there's no lyrics, you tend to not overthink stuff that much and more go with what does this make me feel, which I like. It's a different thing. It's just also treated as different things. This is a song. This is an instrumental piece of music. It's a track, both are tracks, but
then again, I really like to use the vocals just to add some. You know, it's been said that melody is the soul of music, so we can talk about that. I mean, it's not like an absolute truth, but I do like vocals in a track.
Yes.
Although it's like
me too.
It's like just that. I don't need lyrics in particular.
Yeah, I feel that.
Lyrics.
There's plenty of music I can't even understand the lyrics, but I love the vocal.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I love that, and this is why I choose this one. I love to sing. My beats, or whatever music I create, are done by mouth, and then I record it on my phone. And then I start producing.
Oh, really? All of the Mindr stuff too?
It's all.
Oh, that's funny.
I just
didn't know.
sing. And
so
I
like
sing
you
the
sing
beat.
like a little melody and then you start. So basically everything. Everything comes from. That's cool.
Yeah, it's.
I
like
have such a different working.
Workflow.
That's funny.
Okay, let's.
Let's
what about your track?
So it's a hard choice because. You know, I have to choose about from 100 tracks that are out or something.
A catalog.
So this is not per se, this is the favorite track I ever created. Someone recently asked me what's the favorite track you created. And I was like, it's unreleased. But this one...
Yet to be released.
Yeah, I'll talk about it after.
Okay, let's play it.
It's called Mine. It's on my previous album, Enjoy the Ride. And it's featuring Chicago singer Jack Red.
Okay, here we go.
I got lost in my way without you. I thought I had all I needed without you. You said don't get the wrong impression. Still in my possession. Although we got some distance between us, you know we're still connected. I guess me and karma, we got a thing of going around and around and around. I let my ego spill over my dreams and you drifted away, but I know you're still mine. Ooh, you're still
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't not listen to the
chorus.
We
Yeah,
have to have the
I
chorus.
actually like that you played the chorus through.
Of course, it's I'm a songwriter.
Yep.
How can I stop before the chorus? You've been building up for like
Exactly.
40 seconds. How can you not?
I agree.
So tell me about it.
So as you heard, this is obviously me on production.
Yeah.
The instrumental
Great.
beat
It's a
is
great
mine.
production.
But thank you. But the vocal is by Jack Red.
Yeah.
His name is Jabari. He's a singer from Chicago who worked at the studio I interned at, Soundscape
right.
Studios. And he's also an artist and songwriter and audio engineer.
Right.
He does also like so many things.
Yeah.
He did like vocals. He does vocals for Chance the Rapper, DJ Khaled.
Wow.
Like big names.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Like he's done some crazy stages, Lollapalooza, the whole Latin America tour. So
Right.
it's like he's really kind of like someone who is in the back.
Yeah.
And he's like not as famous yet, but he's doing some really dope stuff.
Yeah, right. Cool.
Which is also why I'm proud of even working with him.
But yeah.
And I think his voice is
Beautiful
fabulous.
voice. Yeah,
like
beautiful voice.
His voice control,
Yeah.
like pitch control, is amazing.
Yeah.
And the track is called Mine, and it's I think a lot of people who listen to it, you obviously have your own interpretation to it, but it obviously seems like a love song, which it is. But then again, it kind of for him is what he explained to me, and really touched me, is that it's about his relationship with music. So sometimes he is kind of has like a writer's block or loses inspiration a little bit, or he's just so busy with other stuff or personal life that he kind of like seems like he's losing the love for music, or like he's like where's this motivation feeling, but then he's like, it's still mine, like it's always gonna be mine, you know.
The music
is
Yeah,
always
right.
the love for music is always gonna be there.
Yeah. Right.
So I love that from it, and I think the mix and productions is one of the best I did. So that's also why I chose it as like, I'm really glad how the mix turned
You're
out.
proud of it.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
So
Yeah, that's
and it obviously has the whole backstory of me interning in
Yeah.
Chicago
Yeah.
and like coming back
Yeah.
after and
Yeah.
creating this, and
Yeah.
so it has the whole backstory to it, which makes it more special. to me.
Yeah.
So that's
I can
that's
see
kind of the
that. I
whole-
can see that. It's a very nice track, and I love the story behind it. That's very nice.
It's funny because this is one of these tracks where you think like, this one might actually do really well,
Yeah.
and then it didn't even. It's like a slapped on track. It didn't get that much
All right.
attention or streams or whatever, because I don't know, might be because it's a little bit different than what I've been putting out before that, or maybe just it happens sometimes. But it's funny how you sometimes think this track is really gonna do well, and then it doesn't really blow up, and other tracks you're like, I don't know, we'll see, and then it does really well. And it's like, there's no saying.
No,
because
no,
It's
true.
obviously
No,
the
no,
people
no.
who listen who are
Yeah,
gonna
right.
decide if they really like
Yeah.
it or not. It's
Yeah, maybe it's that, and maybe it's also what I hear is also kind of fusion. I mean, it's
Yes.
kind of a poppy vocal.
yeah, pop
Uh,
R&B.
Yeah, when you talk about melody,
Yes.
it's the song structure is pop.
Yeah.
You have a
Very much
verse,
so.
you have a chorus, then you have a
And
bit of a
bridge,
breakdown.
yeah.
Yeah, then probably
So it's
the
really
bridge.
pop structure.
Yeah, but it has a really beat kind of hip hop orientated groove.
Yeah, I tried
at it and
to
sound at it.
Have the lo-fi
Yeah.
kind of beat, boom bappy stuff
Yeah.
in it.
So that fusion may be difficult for people to understand. I mean,
Maybe.
it's not like it's that thing. It's not really a pop song
Yeah.
because the sound is not really poppy,
True.
and it's not really a lo-fi beat.
No,
It's
yeah.
not really a chill beat. It's not because it has a pop vocal,
Yeah.
and the pop. Also, the vocal sounds very poppy.
Yes.
It's
the
not
mix
like
is very
Yeah,
straight on your face. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, a lot
So
of
maybe that
layers.
makes it
Yeah.
difficult for people to really appreciate, or
Interesting. Interesting
Could
take on
be.
it. Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. But I love this. I love the song.
Thank you.
To me, they're all songs.
Yeah,
it's a song.
They are.
I love it. Well, we're almost done, I guess. Maybe time to wrap it up. And
for the first time.
Yeah.
We don't want to make these episodes super
Too
long. So
long.
you just
No,
like
no,
not
no,
can.
no.
It's just like short episodes where we
Right.
talk about, like we said, all the things like workflow, music industry.
Yeah.
Listen to music, have guests over,
Yeah.
history, all those things. And I think next time we'll.
What do we do next time?
Maybe we'll have a guest over, but we also could just be talking about one of these subjects. It's
Yeah.
yet to be decided,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah,
But,
that's good. But it's definitely one of those
Yes.
subjects, yeah. We have to see if we can get a guest and how it can be arranged, especially in these times
Exactly,
with
the Corona stuff. And we're obviously also starting this now, so everything is a bit of a try and error, you know, like it's try this out with the video and the audio
Yeah.
and see what works.
Yeah.
It's
See what
actually
works.
fun. We'll learn a lot from this. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I guess we do.
Yep.
And it's always, I mean, some things change and some things stay the same. It's always good to talk to you.
Exactly. And I'm also whoever is listening to this.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah,
And we
right.
hope
Yeah, sure.
that you find it
Sure.
interesting. This was obviously a little bit of an introduction episode, and we hope to see you in the next one.
Yeah, with the next episode
There's
of
gonna-
the Punch Me In podcast.
Yes, there's gonna be a lot of interesting conversations. I'm
Punch
sure.
Me In podcast.
Yeah,
Check it out,
remember
guys.
that name.
Yeah. Okay, ciao.
What happened to the video?
Ja, wat gebeurde daar?
Oh, wacht.
Of heeft hij het gewoon wel opgenomen?
Hij heeft het wel.